today's video, I'm doing a review of VistaPrint business cards, but this isn't a typical review because I actually ordered two sets of the business cards, which are both inside of this box. So I have both of these cards blurred out right now, but the one on this side right here is a standard business card, and the one over here is a premium business card. So what I basically did is I said yes to all the upsells on the business card over here. So I'm just going to show you if it's worth it to pay for those upgrades. And I did find that one of them was not really worth it in my situation. So let's dive into the actual cost of these business cards. You can see that I did one order here. This was on 6/23, standard shipping. Expected delivery date is July 6th, and this cost me a total of $26.09 for 100 business cards. Now, of course, if you order more business cards than that, your price per business card will go down. But essentially, these business cards were about 26 cents per business card ordered this way. Now let's scroll down a little bit to the other set of business cards that I ordered. So the biggest difference here, you may have noticed that these are rounded corner premium plus matte. So the premium plus is a thicker business card that I decided to go with, and then the rounded corners I thought were a nice touch. And I also put a design on the back, but what you can see is this upped my price to $65.24. Part of that also being because I also chose priority shipping, which would get these cards in on July 1st. The reason I decided to go with faster shipping is from reading comments online. One of the things that I've seen quite a bit is that it's not worth it to do the priority shipping. You end up getting the product at the same time anyways. So first tip, and this is just based on my experience of one order. As I open up this box here, what you'll notice is there's two sets of business cards, and these came in the same box. So this one right here is the non-premium cards, and as you would guess, this one is the premium. So it comes in different packaging. So I'll put a little graphic above these of when they were supposed to be delivered by. So July 6th on my left and July 1st on my right. But both of these were delivered on June 30th. So just my experience, maybe it's because I ordered them together, not technically together. I did it as two separate orders. So you can see in this screen capture that the standard shipping is $6.99 and it was $2 more for priority, but both sets of business cards came in June 30th. So why don't we start with the cheaper business cards? Again, these ones were about 26 cents a piece, and see what these look like as we open these up. Packaging, not that great on these, pretty thin, so not a lot of protection. You can see in my particular case, again, this could be different for you, but this box got a little beat up on the in transit, and one of the disappointing things with that is, I'll do a zoom up of this, is some of the cards ended up getting a little bit of damage on the corners. What I can tell, about 6 cards were damaged out of the 100. Again, I think part of that has to do with the actual packaging that it was shipped in. So it's not a big deal, but you figure 26 cents a card, if you're going with, 100 quantity, that is kind of $1.50 wasted on those cards. And I don't want to say wasted, I mean, it's so minuscule. So I'll make a quick mention too. In the description of this video is a link to VistaPrint to save you a few clicks. That is an affiliate link, so I may make a commission, but I suggest checking it out because I'm going to reach out and see if I can get a promo code for you guys to use when you make your first purchase as well. And I appreciate you guys using my link because it helps to support my YouTube channel. But in my opinion, the business card says a lot about you, right? And these ones say that you're a little bit more official than somebody who doesn't have a business card, but it's not saying that you're like somebody who's really taking it serious, in my opinion. There's nothing on the back. It's kind of thin. It kind of looks like you just, whip together a business card. So why don't we take a look at the premium version and then see how these look as you open it. So first impressions, as I already mentioned, this one, much sturdier box, which is good because you can see that there was some damage in transit. So why don't we take a look and see if that was actually damaged at all. So interestingly, these ones do not have a plastic sleeve around them like the other ones did to hold them in place. So it's actually the box itself. So you can see on this particular case, I'm just going to hold up one of these, but looking at the corners and the edges here, no damage whatsoever on these cards. Very substantial in weight already, just holding the actual brick of cards itself. But why don't I hold this up and we'll get a closer visual again. But what you can see on these is definitely thicker, of course, because I got the more premium finish. But if I do this kind of test right here, okay, and then why don't we do the same thing with the last card? Now, if I wanted to, just holding the card, I could probably bend this one in half almost, right? See, you can start seeing that I'm putting a crease into the card. And again, that's just because of the actual business card being flimsier. Now, if I was to do the same thing over here, It is putting a little bit of a crease in there, but not in the same way. So really, if you're just looking at it on screen, you might be able to tell a little bit of a difference, right? Because of the rounded corners, but it's kind of hard to get the context for which one of these are nicer. But when you're feeling them in your fingers, that's really where you feel the difference. So what I want to do is actually run my finger over, even though they're both matte finish. For whatever reason, the thinner standard business card, in my opinion, kind of grabs your finger a little bit, even though it just kind of has this like smoother finish to it. So listen. Okay, now if I apply what I think is equal pressure to this card, listen now. So there's definitely a slight difference in texture despite both of these being a matte finish. I would say there's almost like a little bit of a grain to the premium business card. So that's kind of neat as well. If we take a look at the back here, you know, not a big difference, you know, but having a little bit of a logo on the back there, I think does kind of give it a nice touch and a nice feel. But of course, you know, I did end up paying, I think it was an extra $8. I'll correct myself again if I'm wrong on that. It's been a little bit since I ordered them. But I do like having just that little bit on the back as well. So I think the rounded corners are a nice touch too, because again, it's just something that deviates a little bit. I did look into the square business cards that they had, but I didn't think that would make a good review for comparing these two against each other, because then they would be so different. Now, if you don't have a website set up yet, or it just needs a refresh, this video here is going to compare Squarespace versus Wix and which website builder tool is a better fit for you. Also on the screen, you will see a review of 99 Designs if you are looking for logo or artwork. I actually had the design of my business card done by the same designer that I ended up picking from 99 Designs. So that was an added bonus as well, that I didn't have to put this together. So I'll catch you guys in those next videos.